gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dark Match. Once again, a much more grandiose intro than I feel like this show deserves. Anyways, I am your foxy friend Backlash. Joining me tonight,
I'm Magpie, changing the tire on the side of the road to WrestleMania.
And I'm Canadian Bacon Digipig. And this is What is the Iron Sheik tweeting now? Happy birthday to me, jabronis!
It's the Iron Sheik's birthday. Holy shit!
yay!
How about that?
Sheik,
So how old is he? Like 49?
Probably.
I don't know, but something about that man's anger is keeping him alive. And Sheiky baby, for all the times that you have brought a little bit of laughter into our lives and really became a cornerstone of this show, we love you and we hope you have a whole bunch of more years.
Happy birthday, Sheiky baby.
Isn't that kind of surreal? The Iron Sheik is a cornerstone of the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, along with Shawn Michaels and Jay Lethal.
I mean, we've been doing it since, not right when we started, but around when we started.
Oh, yeah. It's very much like it's like the villain that just appeared 5 issues into a comic book run, and even though it wasn't there for the first 3, that's our iconic one.
Yeah. Anyways, we are talking tonight about Roadblock.
No, not the WWE guy that used to just beat jobbers. I mean, WCW guy that beat up jobbers.
No, it's apparently going to be an annual March network special.
They officially said annual?
They could make it annual.
I don't know. Maybe, but...
well, if they're going to make it annual, they might as well call it WWE's...
I mean, Fastlane was already superfluous. Why did we have another one crammed in here?
WWE toll booth on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah. This show is very pointless. So pointless we can only get 3 people to show up.
It's weird. It's like, it had the feeling of just being in the middle. Like, it's not... It is a house show, but they treat it more special than it is, but they don't treat it special enough to be a pay-per-view, which it's not. But, wow, it is weirdly hovering in the middle there.
It's like a mix of... It's like a mix of NXT booking and Raw. It's like in the middle, like there's some NXT guys mixed with, our usual.
Yeah, like a house show would.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, this is what this was supposed to be, but I thought I forgot the last house show that was televised. I think it was the one where Lesnar was on it. But that one felt more special in terms of just like the feel of it. This one was like on paper, the main event really made it feel more special than it is. So I thought that they're gonna bring it like they did that other show, but it was just and it doesn't suck. It was just really one of those
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, house show that's a fitting fit for this show that I didn't think. But anyways,
and
we get ready. There wasn't a pre-show, which I don't think there was, unless I missed it.
No, I don't think there was a pre-show.
There were apparently a couple dark matches where Mark Henry beat up.
There's always dark matches. Just like there will always be the dark match. But yeah, our opening match is a tag team title match, League of Nations versus the New Day.
This is confusing. Not the match.
No.
But it's like, okay, it's not confusing that eventually you're going to have to turn the New Day face because they're just that over and they're good at it. But at the same time, it's a bad idea because it puts you in a funny spot. One being that there isn't that strong of a heel tag team around there. But also, I mean, let's say you bring an Enzo and Cass up to the main roster and you already have the New Day being face. I mean, if the New Day stayed heel, there's your perfect dynamic right there. Now that they're faces now, it kind of just like puts a standstill in the division unless you're going to give the League of Nations the titles.
Which
or the Dudleys.
They're not. Spoilers.
And thank God for that shit. Only like, let's be fair. Like I thought like Barrett and Sheamus should have been the tag team. Like they should have just been the tag team. None of that League of Nation crap. Just those two being a tag team together. Because these guys did work really well together, and they are two workers. Where you put them together, they're just like, you're gonna get a good team out of them. And New Day now is a cohesive unit, very cohesive unit at that. So I mean, it's not bad that those guys are teaming. It's just that the level of importance the League of Nation has isn't that important. They're about as relevant as the actual United Nations.
Oh, it's just they haven't been like pushed over properly. Just
well, no, they were made. The League of Nations were made purely to be. We talked about that. We talked about Roman Reigns pretty much just getting over, and the whole design of the League of Nations was for him to get over, have people to beat up on, and it was really true. It was if you remember the Royal Rumble when they're advertising it, and they had the Roman smash 'em up game, the side scroller. The League of Nations would have been the bad guys in that fucking video game. They all come from different parts of the world.
Damn, is that game out on Steam yet?
I don't know. It should be because that would get Roman over. But yeah, you already booked that team to just basically be the foil that gets beat up. So now that the New Day are face and they need heels. Oh yeah, here's the League of Nations, but no one cares.
Yeah, it's just like they haven't really. They're designed to get Roman over, like you said. They haven't really gotten over on their own.
Yeah.
And it's just like if they're.
Then again, what doesn't exist to get Roman over these days?
Exactly. Well, we'll get to that.
The Roadblock.
Actually, where was Roman tonight? He was like not on the show.
Yeah, he wasn't, but yeah, I don't have an answer for that. He just wasn't. I guess
the fans sure didn't miss him.
Maybe they're trying to limit his appearances before WrestleMania. Maybe actually do a bit of a decent build-up.
I think. Well, he was supposed to be selling that nose being broken, but it is one of those good idea. Sell nose broken. Bad idea. You only have this much time to WrestleMania, and y'all can't see it, but I'm doing the thing where you put your fingers like really close together.
Yep.
You think they were trying to do that with not with Daniel Bryan, but like how they did it with Daniel Bryan, where it's like Daniel Bryan got the shit kicked out of him by like Triple H directly, and then like the next week, even though it was next week, you're like, oh, we don't know if Daniel Bryan's gonna be here. You saw the beating, and then at the end of it, Daniel Bryan beats the living crap out of Triple H and gets like the biggest pop of that year, I think. You think that's
sure does.
Yeah, do you think that was the thought behind it, where it's like, all right, Roman gets beat up and his nose is broken, and then he's going to be stewing in anger, and when he comes back and that anger is opened up like a can of whoop ass on Triple H, they're going to be ours. And wow, if you didn't see last night's Raw, people, you realize that didn't get that's not what they got.
Nope.
The fans, when Roman Reigns returned, were about as active as they are tonight. And this is the telling thing about the Roadblock special. I think I maybe counted when the wrestlers come out. No one really got a pop, except for like Sami Zayn and Enzo and Cass. Like even Jericho got a yay. Like
yeah,
he popped for a second, like yeah.
It was just like tumbleweeds.
Yeah. I wish I had more to say about that tag match, because it really was a good tag match.
It was. I loved it.
It's just
I love the New Day.
Yeah, it's just now that we have the New Day turning face, there isn't any like, all right, well, there is. I mean, you could, even though it wouldn't make sense.
Well, yeah, part of the whole thing was with them being heels was basically Xavier Woods basically being a prima donna at ringside, and he doesn't really do that too much anymore.
Yeah, he's more about the trombone and everything.
But more importantly, like
great.
When you have a disproportionate amount of like, say in your tag team between faces and heels, if it's disproportionate, meaning there's more faces than there are heels, having a heel tag team is good because, all right, now you have people that are really gunning for those guys, and you can buy some time to build up new heel tag teams. Yeah, now that's not the case anymore. They just shot themselves in the foot. I mean, it was due. It was supposed to happen. It was gonna happen. I'm not saying that isn't the right direction to go. It's just that you didn't make any replacements. Seems like the story of WWE. Fuck. Anyway, New Day retain your titles, and for love of God, don't look direct. Remember how we say don't look directly in who are those guys? Wesley and Blake in NXT, we said don't look directly into their when they come out their entrance, Titan. Don't look directly into Big E's hips. This hypnotic, chocolatey, tender, delicious marble black.
Magpie!
What?
Magpie!
Sorry.
You are being recorded. I must remind you that.
I'm sorry. It's just the rhythm.
I know. Hips. I just don't want you to say something you'll regret. Anyways, next we have an interview with Paul Heyman. Don't care.
How dare you? Paul Heyman is talking, mister.
Yes, but he's talking about Brock Lesnar.
So? He's gonna turn Toronto into Suplex City.
Oh, okay. Another thing, I keep forgetting it was Canada just because of the energy. Like this was not Toronto energy.
Yeah, doesn't Canada usually care?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we didn't even get very many. Like we didn't get the wave, I don't think. So it's well, actually that's a good thing because that's when you know the fans are getting bored. So at least they're not waving.
Pretty much. Speaking of Canada, out comes Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah.
Wow. It's good to have heel Jericho back.
I know. Doesn't have the same energy as when he was a rookie, but you know what? You take what you can get.
Hey, he can needle just right. But this is another thing. Maybe it was okay. In explaining this, I'm gonna give more credit where credit's due. But you're running down Canada because you know you're the heel, and you're gonna go into your own country as the heel, and you're probably gonna get cheered. So what do you gotta do?
Well, it's Toronto, and he's from Winnipeg.
Well, still, he's gonna be like, yeah, he's ours. I don't know. Is it like a tense rivalry between the two, Digi? Like
between Winnipeg and Toronto?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
But still, like, a Canadian, regardless of the province, will still be like, yeah, he's our guy. So, Jericho, all right, I gotta get this crowd to fucking hate me and do it quickly.
I think it's more like everyone else in the country against Toronto.
Okay, so that wouldn't affect Jericho, but he's basically just like putting the screws onto Canada best as he could.
Yeah, he's being the expatriate, you know, like blah blah blah. I live in the States now.
I have moved out of here the first chance I got. This awful smelling city. Does it really smell?
I've been to Toronto once, and it's yeah, sorta.
Oh, and then the ultimate insult to all Canadians, and something I miss heels fucking doing is being bad people. In the middle of his entrance, there's a close-up on a Get Well Brett sign that he passes by. Jericho points at it, and you think, oh, Jericho's gonna give awareness to the Brett rip. Fucking rip.
And I always have to wonder.
You can't get much more asshole than that.
It's like, well, okay. Oh yeah, and of course, Jericho's like, oh yeah, you guys are never getting Brett again.
Oh shit.
I know, he's busting the balls of
oh,
Brett.
Bad pun.
And now, you would think insulting Bret Hart, insulting Canada, insulting Toronto's overall BO problem. You think, okay, we're waiting for that great Canadian hero, this representative of all four provinces that's gonna come out here and tell him to stop picking on Canada. And Canada's greatest hero is It's Jack Swagger, a person Americans barely give a shit about as it is.
So no, they didn't send Sami Zayn. They didn't send, I don't know, Kevin Owens.
Well, no, Sami Zayn had a much more important match later tonight, didn't he?
Well,
He did.
Important because he's in it, but we'll get to that. But it's like, now I want to give the benefit of the doubt and be like, no, we're saving that match for heel Chris Jericho versus Ultimate Good Guy Sami Zayn. So that's why he brought out Jack Swagger. But something tells me it's like, yeah, we'll get that match, but it won't be. Well, at least I hope it's that match.
They couldn't have brought back D.H. Smith or Tyson Kidd or somebody.
Isn't Tyson Kidd dead?
Well,
wait, is he?
No, but his career kind of is almost maybe.
Yeah, Samoa Joe killed it.
Oh, jeez.
Like he apparently took a bad muscle buster and his spine fell apart.
Well, he's walking, but he still has to have some test. So he very much.
This just got depressing.
It did. It's like I can't make a joke about that.
But then again, this match was depressing.
It was, but there are things I like about it. Like one heel Chris Jericho details. He's in. Jack Swagger has him in like the Patriot Lock at one point, and Jericho isn't selling that the same way he sold AJ Styles' Calf Crusher or other submissions. He's like, okay, this kind of hurts, but I have time. What can I do? Oh, the referee. He grabs onto the referee's fucking pants, and then before the referee can really yell at him, he uses that as extra leverage to push forward and get the rope. And I'm like, yes! Heels doing bad things.
Oh, and also the fans were chanting CM Punk too, because it's like the what chants where they start popping up in places where they shouldn't.
And this is one of the places they really shouldn't. Granted, though, I mean, I can't blame the crowd.
Isn't that the whole mantra that Canada does what it wants? Like there was a pay-per-view one time in Canada where basically the crowd was not cheering for anyone they were supposed to. Like you had Chris Jericho versus Edge. Edge is the face, Jericho's the heel. They're chanting for Jericho.
That's why they call Canada the Bizarro World. Well, it was
that's where that started, I think. I forget what pay-per-view that was, though.
I forget, but this did not have we're in Toronto energy.
So I'll need the door closed, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Maybe Montreal would have had. Am I thinking of Montreal being more energetic, or is Toronto usually energetic? I'm forgetting. Because this show did not have we're in Canada energy.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was like, I don't know. It felt like this is what WrestleMania, like this crowd felt like my excitement for WrestleMania. Okay, we're here. Oh, that guy. All right, we're here. Oh, that guy. Oh, we're here. Let's go, Ambrose. It's like all my energy for WrestleMania, just like represented by that crowd.
Oh.
Oh, Jericho wins. Walls of Jericho. And
look at the bright side. At least we have another takeover before WrestleMania.
Oh my God, that card! Oh, my nipples are getting hard thinking about that fucking card. Oh my God, I'm just thinking about that card, and I'm already like happy, and look how I'm sounding. Look how the fuck I'm sounding right now. And I'm just thinking about the card. None of the matches has happened. I thought I would have this excitement for the show. Actually, this is another thing. The main event made this show more exciting. I think the appeal of the main event brought people in, and that's why.
Wait, are you talking about this main event we're going to talk about in a little bit, or the main event of the next takeover?
No, the main event of this card. Because I think the excitement for that main event of this card, people were like, "Oh shit!" Then the entire show's going to be like that. And yeah, didn't happen. But you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
kind
totally.
of. I guess.
Well, what I mean is just like, okay, granted though, I mean you have a tempered excitement because like you think okay, this is what the outcome of the main event's going to be, so we really can't get super excited. But I mean, in terms of like the match that people wanted to see and then the build that was happening, we were like, oh shit, that match is going to be great. And we took the excitement for that match and we tried to transfer it over for the rest of the card. And it didn't pan out so much.
Yeah. So we have another tag team title match, this time the NXT tag titles.
And the first actual pop of the night.
Oh yeah, holy
Would you
crap.
believe it's something it's something that people care about, so they will pop. We've got Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Revival. God, are they ever going to put the belts on Enzo and Cass?
At this point, I don't know. Because, okay, forgetting that this was Canada, I thought this card was going to be in New York. Like, I for some reason thought the weeks leading into this was going to be in Madison Square Garden. So I'm like, okay, they have to get the belts then. No. But Canada, at this point, I don't think so. And they already tried him on the roster a couple of times. Whether or not well, actually, at this point, if they're going to call him up, it's got to be night after WrestleMania.
Pretty much.
But I really did like this match.
Like they've been in the running for years and have never had a title run.
Yeah, they are like the most over team in NXT. I think now the American Alphas are taking that spot as the most over team, but longest time, even before they had the belts or were being put up into that position, like, okay, maybe we can get the belts. They were the most over in terms of tag teams.
Yeah, but this match, good wrestling, good psychology.
I fucking love
good everything.
I love the Revival. They're so simple. We're gonna beat the living shit out of you, and we're gonna hurt you really, really bad by twisting you into knots. Why can't more heels do that? It's a simple formula. You're bad. You hurt people. You hurt them well. You keep your titles. And they actually work like a real team. And let me just say about this Enzo and Cass. I'm a big fan of any tag team that uses the offensive maneuver of using your partner as a weapon, especially a projectile. I fucking love that move.
Oh yeah, I'll really.
Well, Enzo is such a tiny man.
Dude, he got air, man. He fucking launched that little guy up into the air.
Oh yeah, so this match was just like totally a blast to watch and everything.
And it's sad too, because we're just like, oh man, I'm starting to get to Backlash's point where I'm just like, yay, Enzo and Cass, and fuck, I can't get excited for them. Not because of them, because of where they're going next.
Oh yeah, because obviously we hope they're gonna get another tag shot soon.
I said I was too cynical when I said my opinions on NXT about how the future is nothing to look forward to.
Oh,
it is and it isn't.
Yeah,
it's like we have every reason to be like the future, but then we have every reason to go, oh crap, the future.
The fucking future.
But it's like Enzo and Cass are just so fun, and the people were into them. I just want them to do their thing when they get to the main roster, man. And okay, if going back to making the New Day's heels, imagine the mic battles between those guys.
Oh yeah, but WWE would probably try to make them the new fucking Too Cool or something. That
if we get more Enzo dancing, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that might not be so bad.
And then Carmella can bust a step. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Well, the Revival retained their titles.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, what is next?
A match I should have cared a lot more about.
I know, but WWE does everything it can to suck the life out of the Divas division.
Natalya versus
Natalya.
Charlotte for the Divas title.
And it's nice to see Natalya in the title hunt again.
It is. It's like, where were you? It's just like,
Well, to me, it's more like, hey, remember when this woman had a farting gimmick?
oh God. I'm glad I missed that.
That poor girl. Oh, can I say, I want that fucking Owen Hart in Bret Hart's headlock T-shirt. I want that shirt so goddamn bad. I saw Bret on it when he returned to Raw after all the Bret in it when he returned to Raw after all those years, and I didn't know if I thought he just had that shirt made for himself, but it seems like there was some type of design on that back that leads me to believe that that shirt is being manufactured somewhere, and if that's the case, I fucking want one in a medium.
Oh yeah.
That probably got my biggest pop of the night. That shirt. I'm like, oh my god, they brought back that shirt. See, I'm gonna look for that shirt in WWE. Somebody talk about this match.
Yes.
I don't want to. Okay, the match was good for the most part. I just, it's hard to care about the Divas division.
Well, I care about the Divas division. It's just I want to invest more into Natalya, but it's like, and I hate arguing this point because it's like it makes me sound like the company pussy whipped me into having an opinion or one set opinion, but it's like they gave me no reason to care about Natalya at all. Like right now, that entire build to the triple threat of the triple threat for the Divas title, I'm 100% invested into that, and I think it's been going fantastic. That booking, like that match, I am really really stoked for, and I think it's going to be tremendous. Uh, but I mean, in terms of just like giving you a reason to care about Natalya, I knew this match. I knew this match on paper was going to be quality. I knew that they're going to do really cool shit, like really push over the fact that they're submission experts, and they really did do that. I mean, there were times where Natalya pulled off a knee bar, but they stuck to the little details of, okay, Charlotte's a taller woman and is technically savvy too, so what she's going to do is stand up, jump up, and then pop her knees and then hook into the Boston Crab, which was, again, smart and made her look good. But then they do shit like the finish, which is like, oh, okay, that's why I didn't get my care about Natty. And I fucking
Yep.
hated this. It was,
If I may quote our friend Genghis, it ends
With
a fucking roll up.
but not even,
Natalya slaps Flair off the apron.
and not even before the roll up. It's just she had the fucking submission in, and then Flair is on the ropes. The referee's not even doing the thing where the ref's like, "Hey Flair, get off right now," okay, and taking his attention away from the match. Like that was a couple. Natty broke the hold a couple of steps before that.
I think this is one of those matches where I turned away for a second and then ding ding ding. It's like, how did that happen?
I don't know. It's
I was kind of expecting for more drama, but they kind of like they did it suddenly.
well, they booked the match together suddenly, so like this could have been one of the matches that well, I I don't know. You could have probably built this up maybe like 2 weeks out of before Roadblock. Like let's just say, uh, Charlotte, there's nothing for you to do on Roadblock. Da 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 da. And then you start the program with Natty just to build it up and to reintroduce everything and maybe get more investment of care. But I think because of that, that's the reason why they didn't really do anything with it because it was like just thrown together. So ergo, we just got to throw together the ending.
I guess it's the best way you can describe it.
Sadly it was too. I'm disappointed in myself. And I can't find that T-shirt.
You can have someone custom make it for you.
Okay, all you magnets out there who happen to work a t-shirt printing job, I need a favor. I want
Need
to
to
test the reach of
bootleg
this
some
show.
shirts.
I want that t-shirt, and if you can contact me, please do. Backlash, tell them where to contact me.
What?
Tell them where to contact me.
He doesn't have your address.
Send your mail to 1234 Fake Street or something. I don't know.
How dare you play with me?
You put me on the spot like this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Damn it, you know I don't have any social media. I'm gonna have to use your guys's.
Just tweet to the DarkMatch account on Twitter if you. Oh.
Meanwhile, somebody's. The sad thing is the one fan we actually have, he's probably like cutting out a picture from a magazine and just putting like tape onto a t-shirt. Don't worry, Magpie, I got this.
Oh man, so moving on, so we have Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper.
Here's something Backlash won't like.
No, I don't.
Oh God.
I don't like it at all.
Or let's call this match by its real name: making Bray Wyatt look like a bitch.
Yeah, it's like
that's what it was.
He just like does the thing where he stands outside and is like, it's like, oh, I'm not gonna help you.
I've made a deal with the devil. Now it's gonna be the Eater of Worlds versus and Luke Harper versus the Beast, and we will conquer. Now, going into the match, it was reported that Bray had an injury, so they were like, okay, we're gonna save this till when he's 100%, and then we'll have that disaster with Brock Lesnar. That's one of the matches where I'm like, I don't trust that to be good, but anyway, so the last point was to do what they were originally going to do and make it Luke Harper versus Brock Lesnar, which is what they kind of ended up doing, but not really, because they still had Bray tagging in, and then that just put WWE in a funny spot, because like as soon as like it was very apparent that Brock Lesnar was getting the upper hand, and Bray's in the fight, he doesn't even do the oh fuck it. He just goes, oh well, it's not working. He does a thing where like when you punk out a grade school kid and you just back him against the wall. That's exactly what happened with this. Like the fat kid tried to start shit with you the entire time, and he was making fun of like other kids, and then the one kid that actually would whoop his ass, that guy. It's like, yeah, I'll kick your ass. I kick your ass. That kid's coming. That kid's coming up. That kid's coming up. Yeah, I'll kick your. But yes, sir. I'll go away. It's like, shit. I thought everything else they did to kill the Bray Wyatt character effectively just that was what they did to kill it. But this, I don't want to say nail in the coffin, but because he's long buried. I'm trying to think of like, what do you do now?
And like, where were the other two guys? They should have been like, getting all up in Brock's candy.
No, that would have made Brock look not as strong, so we can't have that.
Oh. Well, I don't know. It's like
or Brock Lesnar probably just demanded that he didn't want to work with 4 guys at ringside.
Well, to be fair, I don't really need to see Strowman. And plus,
no,
you already had the guy that could put on a great match with Lesnar, Luke Harper in the ring, which I fucking like these two interacting. That was rad.
It's like he was like Harper was actually doing shit.
Well, Harper is like the most talented person in that entire fucking group. Like we say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We say that because Kalisto has a 220-pound anchor on him called Sin Cara. Well, fucking Luke Harper has like well over thousands of pounds of the Wyatt family strapped to him. Oh my god, that guy is insanely talented. And it was really cool to watch these two like go at it together.
Yeah, like he was actually like being a difficult opponent for him or whatever.
Oh yeah, he was kicking him in the face like 4 times in a row. He was doing like that. He was doing that rad discus lariat. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, Luke Harper looked good in this match. Too bad Brock Lesnar doesn't know how to sell shit.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Ugh.
Well, Lesnar will sell. He's not like fucking Strowman, but his character, the way that WWE made him right now, he's the invincible conqueror.
Of course, now we know why he had such an awesome match with Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler can sell shit. Harper can fucking dish shit out to sell.
Oh yeah, and Harper's a selling machine himself.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like the way he sold those. I like Harper. This is again why Harper's fucking awesome. He's that big of a guy, but he can sell the moves like he was like Ziggler size. The way he took those German suplexes, like if you did that to, if they would have gone ahead and tried to have that Strowman versus Undertaker match or Strowman versus Lesnar match, good luck getting that guy to do the bumps that fucking Luke Harper's able to do.
I
Anyway,
did
Bray
not
Wyatt's
enjoy
a
this
bitch.
match. It had good points to it. It's probably one of the better Brock Lesnar matches that I've seen in a while, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's a bitch. Brock Lesnar conquers with an F5.
Oh yeah. And then we get to our penultimate match: Sami Zayn versus Stardust.
Canada's greatest hero.
Yeah, this is the match that this is why they had to have a. This is where's my brain? Where did I put my brain? Okay. This is why they couldn't have Sami Zayn facing Chris Jericho, because it is very important that he face Stardust. I don't know why, but just trust me, it is.
Again, giving them benefit of the doubt. I really want to believe this because it could happen and it should. They want to book heel Jericho versus Ultimate Face Sami Zayn, which that would be fucking rad. So it's like it makes sense that you have to save it, but if you're treating this like a special that it actually is, make it special. You book Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn.
I mean, we could have had one amazing match instead of two pointless matches.
Man, we could have had Stardust versus Swagger.
I assume that's better. It's less quantity but more quality. But then again, Steiner Math would probably disagree.
I don't know. I can't do regular math, let alone fucking Snyder math.
But yeah, this was actually a damn good match.
Oh yeah, super fun. I mean, it was one of those things where you're like, well, he could have been taking on Jericho or I don't know somebody else, but because again, with the point we made about Natty and League of Nations, they gave me no reason to be like, oh, he's taking on Stardust. And I like that guy. I love Cody Rhodes. And I used to be like, wow, Cody Rhodes is in a match with this guy? This is going to be quality. Now I'm like, oh, Stardust is there too. Yay. Mother of God, they taught me not to care about Cody Rhodes.
That's what WWE does. They take everything you love, crush it into a ball, and turn it into cynicism.
Don't you do that with Sami Zayn.
Oh, let's hope not.
You don't you do that to him. You already got me to stop caring about Edge and Christian.
Oh God.
Oh, which by the way, this fucking network show totally reeked of that advertisement.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember Edge and Christian being awesome? No, we don't because of that fucking show.
God damn it.
They paused Mr. McMahon and then it was just downhill from there. But anyway, God, should we get to our main event? Dean Ambrose versus Triple H.
Dean Ambrose?
Dean
Good
Ambrose.
job,
yeah, it's the only other thing to talk about.
If we sound unenthused, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, if we sound unenthused, but there was nothing to get excited about on this pay-per-view.
It's like, okay, even if you were stoked for this match particularly, you still had the hanging specter of, here, we know what's going to happen. Now, there's still an ish to that because we really don't know what's going to happen because it hasn't happened.
No, we know what's going to happen.
But we know what's going to happen. And it was such a jerk-off energy. It was such a jerk-off ending to it, too, where it's like, yeah, it isn't just that we know what's going to happen. We have to add that little extra fuck you, where it's like, of course, because what we know what's going to happen, it has to be this ending for it in order to make it happen. It couldn't have been just a fair pedigree. No. No. It had to be a 1, 2, 3, but, oh, wait. His toe was under the rope.
Oh, they pulled out all the stops to just make it fucky as possible. It's like, oh, let's do a table spot, and then the table spot's going to become a 10 count spot, and then fuck you pedigree.
No, that was great. I liked that made Triple H look really smart. It made it look like a good match. The thing was that fucking Dusty finish of he gets the 1, 2, 3, but not really because of the little toe.
Oh, that okay.
The Triple H ending the match like that was fucking fine. Made him look really smart, cerebral. It played into just like it played into his hands. It made him look like a smart ring general, which is what they always try to put him over as. It was just that, okay, the referee made a false call but didn't see the one toe, so now it doesn't really work. That's where I'm just like, just have it end the way that you did a couple moments later. That was a good ending. I mean, granted, it still would have been we kind of predicted coming because, Roman Reigns is the chosen one, but at least that one would have been like, okay, it was a contest, Dean versus Triple H, and Triple H won fair and square. Talking about the match itself, though, I expected a good quality match. I think it would have been a lot better given a WrestleMania main event slot and time frame to work within. But how it was played out, I thought that was super intelligent. Like, this match could have gone many ways, but the way they played it right there, very old school. Very old school, and two guys that know how to really, really put that. There wasn't no flash, wasn't anything extra. Just a solid wrestling match, man.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
And then pulling out the card where Dean's like, no, I'm gonna test him out for a little bit, and there's a weakness. I'm gonna start beating the shit out of that knee. Like, I forget how intelligent Dean Ambrose is in terms of just like an in-ring general. Like, we all know he's good, but just like, I forget how just like he's almost Funk-esque intelligent about how he can put together a match. Somebody else talk?
I don't want to. You're good at this. I'm not. I just couldn't care. I didn't care. It's like, fuck. I'm pretty sure I was watching this as background noise when it happened. I mean, if you can't get me invested in a match, I don't have a reason to care about it. They didn't even try.
Yeah, they kind of did this dynamic between them at the Royal Rumble, and I thought that was fine. I don't know if I needed an actual match out of it. Because, I mean, we know Dean's not going to win, right? They're not going to fuck up HHH versus Roman.
No.
And it's like, this is a good on-paper feud. Like, the build-up to this, awesome. That's exactly how you should do it. Problem is, you should probably keep building to the biggest show of the year, but you already had plans for that.
I mean, seriously, calling this show Roadblock is just... It's truth in advertising if I ever seen it. Because, like, okay, Fastlane wasn't great, but it was good build-up to what would be WrestleMania. At least I thought so. But this, it kind of does just bring things to a dead halt. I'm not sure why they had to decide, like, oh, we need another pay-per-view. Like,
Do you think it's because they saw, like, how popular Dean was getting, and they're like, we gotta cater to that fan base somehow, so that way we can get on with our real plans? Even though they could have
possibly,
probably just ignored it.
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, they couldn't have, because
I can't. No. Actually, no. I'm taking that back. No, they wouldn't add an entire pay-per-view just for Dean Ambrose. Like, as popular as he's gotten, they're not just gonna change plans last minute this drastically.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't mean like Dean wins the belt, but I just mean like.
Well, no, I don't mean that.
Yeah.
But like, we've got to do a whole show building up to this.
It just seems like they. I'm trying to think of another reason other than we only have this much time to WrestleMania. Again, I'm doing the finger thing where it's not that where the fingers aren't that far apart from each other. We don't have that much time to WrestleMania, and oh yeah, one guy is storyline injured, and we just remembered the champ hasn't wrestled since. God, what was the last match that guy was in?
Oh man,
WrestleMania last.
What I'm trying to say is there's no reason this couldn't have happened on Raw.
Yeah, this could have been
Yeah.
a main event.
I'm done. I'm out of things to say about this.
Triple H wins via pedigree.
As he always does.
Spoilers: Triple H wins.
Hey, everybody! Dolph Ziggler takes on Triple H on Raw tomorrow. Guess who won?
Using what move?
The pedigree. So that was Roadblock. If there was any,
kind of a short episode this time, but for a nothing pay-per-view, that's kind of what you get.
I did like the feel of it though. Just having random house shows like this every once in a while be a show. I think of In Your House. I like that.
Yeah, if they brought back like the in your house kind of stuff and advertised it as such, like, hey, this is just a quick thing we're doing. It's gonna be on WWE Network. Check it out. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be
bill it
sweet.
like that. Like bill it like they used to bill In Your House. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, you could have pay-per-views and just like house show level, specials or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but the problem is that they didn't book it like that. I think that they wanted us to believe that this was as big as Fastlane. Which,
Fastlane's big.
Fastlane isn't that big, but WWE thinks it is.
Fastlane felt really like small time. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Must have been
Maybe
fucking.
that's a bad analogy, but I'm talking about how like WWE views itself.
Oh, okay. What do you mean this wasn't the biggest draw on the card?
We're just stalling. Should we wrap it up?
Well, yeah, let's wrap it up with HBK's fault.
That's what we do.
I'll do it. I actually got one.
Okay.
It's all HBK's fault Canada doesn't have any heroes.
You know what? That's very appropriate. Oh, that was a good one. I don't have one. It's all HBK's fault that. Oh, here's one. It's all HBK's fault. Triple H always wins with the pedigree.
Yeah, and it's all HBK's fault that we couldn't have gotten fucking Lance Storm versus Chris Jericho.
It's all HBK's fault Canada didn't feel like Canada tonight.
Yeah, like Bizarro World becomes normal.
Bizarro World becomes Corpus Christi, Texas.
Hey, if you go by Google searches, Canada's looking pretty good these days.
Oh yeah, so fuck, I think
I think we're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, no plugs right now. We're just kind of here for now. I am working on setting up a Patreon for us, but that's about it. I'll have more news on that later, probably by the time we get to WrestleMania.
If you want to buy any 8x10s of me nude, you can visit this address.
God damn it, we're gonna get sued.
Fucking sweet.
Hey.
Well, at least we'd get a little bit of publicity at the same time.
A little bit of publicity? There's nothing
Yes,
about
but we
this.
don't have No Leaf anymore to leech expenses off of.
Ah, crap. That means I gotta represent myself in court.
I guess we better.
And I gotta get a real driver's license. And a library card.
All right, I'm Canadian Bacon Digipig.
I'm Magpie, and I'm wondering really if I should call AAA to drive me to WrestleMania.
And I'm your Fox from Backlash saying, what the hell am I doing with my life? Good night, good luck.